best matches. Nothing beats knowing. Visit nerdwallet.com today.
First round of the NIT continues back inside Little John Coliseum. A 19-point advantage for number 2 seed Clemson as we kickstart our second half of coverage. Stephen Howard, Roy Philpott courtside. Entertaining first 20 minutes in the books. Tigers close on a 20-2 run to seize control. Sheldon Mitchell, 11 points. Jaron Blossomgame with 12.
Yeah, it was all Clemson. All Sheldon Mitchell early on. He started off with that nice dunk. I think that really initiated him, got him started, some confidence. Then he started to flow after that. And then JB got it going down in the block. And then nice little pull-up jump shot, not forcing anything, letting the game come to him. And then it was Shadday, really doing a great job establishing that painted area as his own and then drifting a little bit out for that nice free throw line jumper. And then again, Blossomgame protecting the rim and then doing damage down below. Great start in the first half from Clemson.
And the start of the second begins how the first ended. Another Oakland turnover. And lost in the shuffle, Stephen, the fact that Oakland shot just 34% in the first 20. Clemson defensively, you mentioned the bigs, and Shadday in particular had a major say in all of that going down. Tigers give it right back, and Oakland's got to start here hot now, given a second life.
They really do, and I think they need to try to speed the possessions up. You look at the way that Oakland plays, and they shoot the ball a little under 16 seconds for every possession, and that's top 40 in the country. They need to try to speed this up a little bit.
Hill Mays connects from 16, and a good start.
You know, you don't see Hayes out here, so you're wondering if he's getting some stitching done or what's going on with him. A very difficult prognosis if Oakland tries to win without their main guy on the court.
And Jalen Hayes, first team All-Horizon League performer, is Grantham with the bounce. His first basket. Hayes hit the deck hard, was bleeding from the mouth.
You know, Roy, great balance from the Tigers. They're getting production from all areas. Getting guys like Shadday doing well, blocking, scoring. Graham just knocked down a jump shot, so really difficult to defend when you're getting that type of production from everyone.
On the other end, the lone senior for the Golden Grizzlies, Sharon Dorsey Walker, started his first 2 seasons at Iowa State before transferring up the street. And the lead is 16. Winner of this one will get the winner of Alabama and Richmond. That game tips later tonight over on ESPN2 at 9:15 Eastern. And Mitchell appears to be in pain after hitting the floor.
The floor hasn't been kind to anyone today. Mitchell doing a good job, though. He turned the corner and saw a little opening. It looked like he twisted his ankle a little bit.
Mitchell missed the first part of the season, suffering a freak knee injury in practice. Sat out last season after transferring from Vanderbilt. Honestly, Steve, I'm not sure that he's been 100% all year. We've seen it in flashes.
Well, and that's something that's difficult when you're a player and you get injured early on in the season. You never really get 100% right just because of the wear and tear, particularly in a tough conference like the ACC.
That one against Neely, his second. Blossomgame off the mark. Shadday skies for the rebound. Triple team, the drop step. And a late whistle means free throws.
But looking at this last possession, look at the attention that Blossomgame gets on this shot, and that allows Shadday really to go in there and get the basketball. He's garnering attention by 2 to 3 Oakland players. And Shadday just doing a great job of just getting in space, finding that basketball. Great heady play by the big man for Clemson.
He's been fun to watch tonight. 7.7 boards for Sidi Shadday, the senior from Senegal. 1 of 2 at the line. The lead is back to 17. Reminder, the NIT does have experimental rules this year, which include team fouls being reset halfway through both the first and second halves. Shot clock will only be moved back to 20 seconds. As Grantham connects from the corner. And the lead is 20, the largest lead of the night for the Tigers.
Grantham had 0 points last game, 19 minutes, so good to see him playing well. Good sign for Clemson.
Hill Mays off the glass, in and out. And Shadday corrals it.
The Tigers doing an exceptional job, just one and done for Oakland. Just getting them one shot and then going down and getting multiple shots on their offensive possessions as well.
Already a convincing win for Illinois in the books in the NIT. Oakland with just 29 points on the board. The rejection. Dante Grantham. And get it out of here.
You know what I like most about this possession? He just missed a jump shot. He didn't sulk. He got back on defense and swatted it away. Great rim protection by multiple players from the Tigers in this game. And that painted area is definitely purple.
Martez Walker, the bucket. He's got 7, the leading scorer for Oakland at over 17 per game.
And I thought Clemson did a great job of really keeping him under wraps in that first half. Martez Walker's a guy that needs to be aggressive and active to try to get Oakland back into this game.
Walker, the transfer from Texas, a left-hander, one of 3 on this Oakland roster.
Oh, wow. That did not.
Tay gives it up.
That did not look fluid.
Brad Burnell, year number 7. Here in Clemson, 17 and 15 this campaign. Not what they expected, rather, at the start of the season. He's still very optimistic about the direction of this program.
Particularly with all the players they have coming back next year. Have a lot of minutes, continuity. Really play the way that Coach Ronald wants to play.
To the basket by Hill Mays. A skip pass to Avery Holmes. And the leading three-point shooter in ACC play connects once again.
You're right, he's been shooting the ball exceptionally well, particularly in ACC play at 53% from distance, and you saw that confidence in that last jumper. Great job finding him in rhythm and in space.
Holmes, a transfer from USF, that's the University of San Francisco. Dorsey Walker from bonus land, back iron. And tapped out. Timeout on the floor. We'll step aside as well. Clemson, the 2 seed, in control. 5 minutes into the second.
This presentation of the NIT is brought to you by the all-new Alfa Romeo Giulia. Some cars take your breath away. Only one gives it back.
Crazy people.
Cavs, Clippers, Saturday on ABC.
It's back. And it's front. No, really. The Triple Double Crunch Wrap Big Box is back. And it's still all mains, no sides with the Doritos Locos Taco, a Crunchy Taco, and a Mountain Dew Baja Blast. Just $5, only at Taco Bell.
Life, you got a Swiffer.
Oh, Devour. So creamy. And the little sounds your crispy bacon makes drive me crazy. You naughty little.
Did you just spank your lunch?
Yeah.
Devour. Food you want to fork.
Goodness Knows invited people who've always wanted to create a jingle to try.
Full disclosure, everybody, I am not a good singer. Goodness knows, so much flavor, I can feel it.
Every try is a step to being your best.
Try a little goodness.
If you believe life starts where the blacktop ends, if the power of an engine makes your heart race, don't settle for anything less than Polaris RZR, the ultimate off-road vehicle. With unequaled power, unrivaled suspension, and unmatched agility, all perfectly combined to help you chase down what matters most. Polaris RZR, we fuel your freedom. And now's the time to get up to $2,000 cash back during the Polaris Spring Sales Event.
Everyone loves Taco Bell's iconic Crunch Wrap. And once again, we're taking that love to new heights. The one that got away is back in a big way. The bigger, beefier, Triple Double Crunch Wrap. Only at Taco Bell.
Well, we learned more about the Tigers and the NIT in one of our real stories brought to you by the Principal Financial Group. 3 trips to Madison Square Garden. The first one coming in 1999, a loss to Cal. 2007, that's Sam Perry. Trevor Booker still playing in the NBA. Also another trip to the Big Apple. And then again in 2014 with KJ McDaniels. He now plays with the Brooklyn Nets.
The Tigers are the most experienced team here in the NIT.
16 trips overall.
That's a lot.
Clemson basketball history. Stephen Howard, Roy Philpott back inside Little John Coliseum. The basket. A Hill Mays.
Oh, pick your pocket, son.
And the steal by Neely. Oh, he can't connect. And it's been that kind of night for Oakland.
Great defensive play, but just finish it. But you're right, Roy. This has just been one of those days. A lot of missed bunnies. Nothing easier than that layup.
Walker up and under. The whistle means free throws. Elijah Thomas picks up the personal. For Thomas, that's his third.
And look at that last possession.
If you're Neely, there's no excuse after missing that layup. It's going to kill your confidence.
It really is.
Walker at the line comes up short. He's 84% from there this season. And Stephen, one of the things we wonder about, which team wanted it more out of the gate. Oakland battled, was able to hang tough early, but you wonder, upset number 9 seed Youngstown State, quarterfinals, conference tournament last week. It's been lingering around a little bit with this program since that setback. And perhaps it's rearing its ugly head here in the second half tonight.
I think you're absolutely right, because this was a team that was on a tear, won 9 of their last 10 games, and gets against Youngstown State and just losing the way they did, particularly on a defensive possession when you're the best defensive team in the Horizon League by far. They just don't seem to have gotten that confidence back, and that's something that you're going to have, particularly when you're going on the road in ACC country trying to get a win.
So Greg Campy there. 43 seasons with Oakland. First appearance in the NIT tonight. An upset in the conference tournament in the last 2 years. Dorsey Walker in and out.
They're getting the looks that they want, just can't make them come down.
And the foul inside will go against Brock. Isaiah Brock, decorated Army veteran, joined the military after high school, served overseas in Afghanistan and Kuwait. I'd like to have that last attempt back. No 1-and-1 with the experimental rules that we referenced back in our first half. And both teams in the bonus after the 15 foul, assuming it comes the first 10 minutes or then the second, because once you get past 9:59, team fouls will reset. Experimental rules to see how the game will adjust. Dorsey Walker defended nicely again inside. And Martez Walker for 3, and now the lead dwindles to 13.
And again, that's the guy that's going to have to really be the mainstay offensively, Martez Walker. Without Hayes on the court, going to have to be the one that really pushes the needle and becomes very aggressive offensively.
Well, Brad Brownell has seen enough. He'll use a timeout. Tigers with 2 remaining. It was a 20-point lead moments ago. 13 right now.
We're at Gertz.
Sorry, I was eating a Milky Way.
What is the Verizon way?
It means it's much more expensive. Sprint's unlimited plan is 50% less than Verizon and AT&T rates, with only a 1% difference in network reliability.
Get unlimited 50% off Verizon and AT&T rates.
50-cent corn dogs so you can buy your best friend a corn dog day.
That's right.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
Ooh, no. My best friend is me. You know, I would say you're my oldest friend.
Yeah, we go way back.
Yeah, plus you're like 60, right?
Corn dogs are just 50 cents each all day on Saturday, March 18th. This is how you Sonic.
Can a car be crafted instead of produced? Designed with attention and care to give a feeling that stays with you. At Mazda, every detail matters, because driving matters. the 3-row Mazda CX-9.
What's it like to be in good hands? Like finding new ways to be taken care of.
Home, car, life insurance, obviously.
But with added touches you can't get everywhere else, like claim-free rewards or safe driving bonus checks. Oh, yes. Even a claim satisfaction guarantee.
In means protection plus unique extras. Only from an expert Allstate agent.
It's good to be in good hands.
To encourage trying, Goodness Knows invited people who've always wanted to act to try.
Know what give goodness go? It's made with real fruit, whole and whole nuts and dark chocolate. Now you know what Goodness Knows knows.
Every try is a step to being your best.
Try a little goodness.
Bring on Bama, says the Clemson fans in attendance. I don't know if they're the right sport, but the winner of this one will grab the winner of Alabama and Richmond. The game that's currently airing to the 9:15 tip. Well, they're still talking a lot about football in this part of the country, Stephen, as you can imagine.
I mean, I think they have a right to.
Right?
I mean, I'd be pretty pumped, too, if I went to this very orange school right now.
Oakland chipping away at that 20-point deficit. The interesting thing, if the Golden Grizzlies can turn this into a closer contest, Clemson down the stretch has faded in a couple of games. You wonder if the pressure starts to mount. If that trend will continue as Hill Mays will hit the deck and a quick whistle. Veteran officiating crew. As Brad Brechting picks up the personal, so he's in the game for the first time after missing the last 2 contests.
He's hampered a little bit with his ankle, so I would attack him to see how well he's able to move laterally.
I think Greg Campy wants to see some more size down low to try to protect the rim a little bit more effectively.
He absolutely does. Because that's been a real sore spot throughout this game, both in the first and second half.
So the first time tonight we really see the new rules coming into play as Clemson will get 2 free throws. Now with the 5th team foul committed by the Golden Grizzlies. So no 1-and-1, 2 automatic. And they'll be in this same mark for the next 3 minutes and 10 seconds, and the team fouls will reset.
And both of these teams really are good free throw shooting teams.
Blossom game. 2 at the stripe. He's got 14. The lead is back to 15.
Now, Roy, the defense for the Tigers, I think they should switch and not allow Oakland to get any 3-point shots because there's no haze, nobody that's got a double down team or that you're afraid of at all. There should be no reason for Oakland to get loose for any 3-point shots, and here they are with the 3-point shot.
Well, Neely missed the layup that was uncontested, then connects from the corner for the triple.
Well, you got to know, if you're the Tigers, how Oakland is trying to get back into this game, and it's from the 3-point line. So, look, you don't need everybody converging on the basketball. Play smart defense. Great heady play by Oakland on that last possession.
9-2 run for the Golden Grizzlies. Blossom game. Be fouled by Dorsey Walker. He'll pick up his first. That's 30 in black for the redshirt senior. Only senior on this roster. Important to note for Oakland fans next year. Everybody's back, plus Kendrick Nunn, a former Big Ten player at Illinois, who can score the basketball. Next year, future very bright.
Yeah, looking at that last possession, just watch how Dorsey Walker attacks the lane. 3 white jerseys around him. You leave a 3-point shooter open, and that's how Oakland's trying to get back into this basketball game. You got to be smart. You can't allow them to dictate the shots that they want to get because there's no way that they can beat you on the interior.
Blossom game, 4 for 4 at the line in the last minute alone. 16 and 8 tonight for 5 and white.
And you know, you're talking about Kendrick Nunn, and I was talking to Stephen Bardo, flying the Illini, big Illinois grad, and he said that he felt like Nunn could do very well and almost lead the horizon in scoring next year.
And an offensive foul. Thomas had position outside the restricted arc area. The Tigers take over with a 14-point advantage.
A little bit of over penetration by Neely. Great job by Thomas getting in that legal guarding position. And you say he tried to fake. Thomas had plenty of time to wait for Neely, set up and take the offensive charge. And those are those empty possessions that you can't have if you're Oakland trying to get back in this game.
pencil in the Golden Grizzlies next year as one of those teams that could do a lot of damage if certain players stay healthy, if none gets going, because I'm with you. I think he could be a guy that not only leads the Horizon League in scoring, but maybe even at the next level with everybody else a part of this roster inside. And Dorsey Walker will shoot 2. Now the regular season champions in the Horizon League trying to hang tough here in Clemson, South Carolina. They trail it by 14, shooting free throws.
Awesome, man. Every shake half price after 8?
Yeah, man, even this ice cream slush. It's so cool. Looks like a lot of people got the memo.
Why didn't I get one? Oh, is it because I don't have one of them fancy printer phones?
A fax machine?
I don't know, man. I can't keep up with this technology.
TJ, you have a smartphone.
Yeah, and I use it every day, and it hasn't made me any smarter.
But that's a cherry stem. Cherry stem.
And my straw's broken.
Did you get the memo? Shakes and new ice cream slushes are half price after 8 p.m. This is how you Sonic.
It's not who you pick, it's where you pick. And this top seed is a lock. The #1 bracket game in the land. ESPN Tournament Challenge. So find a group of friends, a group of coworkers, or a group of anyone you know you can beat. Then pick your sleepers, pick your Cinderella, or pick last year's top cat. Follow your bracket and get the latest tournament news from anywhere. Sign up at espn.com/bracket or download the app today.
This is a story about you, the incredible you. It starts with your DNA, your 23 pairs of chromosomes that make you unique. Your traits, your tastes. This is a story about why you became who you are. 23andMe is a subscription-free genetic service where you can receive over 65 personalized reports about your health, traits, ancestry, and more. Simply order your DNA kit from 23andme.com. Provide your saliva sample at home and mail it back. Then, you'll be notified when your online reports are ready. And you can even explore your genetic reports with friends and family. Start understanding how your 23 pairs of chromosomes help tell the story of one incredible you. Order your kit today at 23andme.com or find a retailer near you.
A 14-point advantage for #2 seed Clemson. Stephen Howard, Roy Philpott, a nice crowd on hand here to watch this first round matchup. And Brad Brownell's got to be pleased with his start, trying to make another deep run to Madison Square Garden. And for Oakland, well, Golden Grizzlies need some help. Trailed by as many as 20 points tonight, Stephen. It's now been whittled to 14 with 2 free throws for Dorsey Walker. Last foul went against Elijah Thomas, his 4th. He quickly checked out as Chate is back in.
The last couple of possessions for Clemson really hadn't been very smart. Taking a 3, Thomas, just not getting the type of production that they've been getting earlier in this game.
Lead is 12.
I would think you're going to get Blossom Game on the block, let him get some touches, try to do some work down on the painted area.
Mitchell between the legs, behind the back. A little razzle-dazzle, but nothing doing.
His Blossom Game has Dorsey Walker on him. That's a mismatch he should be able to take advantage of.
Holmes can't connect. Here comes Oakland. Dorsey Walker off the glass. 10-point game.
And that was a poor weak side recognition by Dante Grantham. Just on the weak side, did not even come over to challenge that shot. And Oakland's a team that's either going to take a 3 or take it to the rim, so you knew what they were going to do. You got to challenge them.
Crowd getting a little restless here in the newly rebuilt Little John Coliseum. Blossom Game gets the bounce. He's got 18.
And again, Roy, you got to see a steady diet of Blossom Game. He's got Dorsey Walker on his hip, 6'4", 200 pounds. Blossom Game should be able to take advantage of that every time down the court.
Well, he's done it a lot tonight. Here's Martez Walker. Will feed it down low. And a basket for Hill Mays. Well, he's in double figures now with 10 to go along with 4 boards. And Stephen back to a 10-point game, and credit Oakland for hanging tough. trailed by as many as 20 tonight. Grantham off the mark with the left hand.
And that's a poor shot. You're fading away in the paint, not going to the rim. Not a good look at all.
And the foul as Hill Mays collects the rebound. Now with 10:03 remaining in the second half. Team fouls about ready to reset under these new experimental rules here in the NIT this year.
And Hill Mays doing a great job of filling in for Hayes, for Oakland, giving them some nice energy off the bench.
When you think about the comeback, they're doing it without their first team all-conference performer, Jalen Hayes, who left the game in the first half. And a three-pointer from the corner. A single-digit lead, call it 7.
And Dorsey Walker's a guy that 54% of his shots are threes, so you got to know from the scouting report he's trying to let it loose. Can't give him that kind of space.
Grantham with the answer.
I like the confidence. Last possession, horrible shot, comes back, big three for the Tigers.
Crowd back in it. Another important possession for the Grizzlies. Walker fouled on the three-point attempt. And you just can't do that, and that's what you've seen from Grantham this year. One play has been exceptional, and then at times he disappears.
Well, he just did that. He had a bad possession, came back, knocked down a three, and then he comes down with that poor defensive play. And you look at Martez Walker, he plays a physical brand of shooting, kind of like a Reggie Miller. Every time he goes up, he's flailing his arm, he's kicking his foot out. So he's trying to create contact wherever he is. I think he even did a free throw violation, crossed the line before the ball even hit the rim.
Martez Walker, redshirt junior from Detroit, started his career in Texas, approaching 1,000 career points now. Began the game with 984, has 12 tonight.
And Roy, I thought he did a really good job with the departure of Kay Felder, of filling that offensive void. He upped his shooting from 5 field goal attempts to over 12 to really be that mainstay offensively.
Walker with 13. You tell the story of Oakland this year. They're doing all of this, including 24 wins, the regular season championship in the Horizon League, without Kay Felder, who Greg Kampe was expecting back this year. NBA got in his ear. He was a scorer. And yet they continue this high level of success. Chate rejected by Brock. And here comes Oakland. Crossover. Inside to Brock, and the finish, 6-point game.
And that was a big 4-point swing for Oakland. Great job protecting the rim by Brock, and then nice patience on the other end to get the easy deuce in the lane.
Chate, a hard screen. Holmes misses the 3-ball. Here come the Golden Grizzlies.
And one thing about Oakland is they are fearless, and you're seeing this late in the second half. Not afraid of the Tigers at all.
Inside the finish and one. And how about this comeback for Greg Kampe's Oakland Golden Grizzlies out of the Horizon League?
Well, Martez Walker, he's come alive, got a nice curl in the lane, playing through contact. Chade got him a little bit across the body. And that's your leading scorer there. Again, a guy that's filled the void, and he wants the basketball down the stretch, and he is making the Tigers pay.
Martez Walker a chance for his 1,000th career point at the stripe. He gets it. More importantly, Oakland has scratched and clawed its way back to make this a one-possession game.
And again, you got to get the ball to your all-ACC selection Blossom game down in the paint. Every time he's gotten it, something positive has happened.
Who wants it more? Clemson playing at home, Oakland on the road. Reed off the mark. Brock controls the board.
See, that's a bad play. The ball did not get to anyone else's hand, did not touch Blossom game. Playing right into the defensive Oakland.
And it's good. Dorsey Walker, we're tied at 61. Stephen, last time it was this close, 7 minutes left in the first half.
And again, if the ball doesn't at least touch Blossom Game's hands, the Tigers are doing something wrong. He's got Dorsey Walker on his hip.
And an offensive foul by Chate. Oakland gets it back. Timeout on the floor. And a chance for the Golden Grizzlies to grab the lead. Dorsey Walker, 17 points. The comeback not complete just yet. We got a ball game.
Dear Predictable, there's no other way to say this. It's over. I found a permanent escape from monotony. Together we are perfectly balanced. Our senses awake. Our hearts racing as one. I know this is sudden, but they say if you love something, set it free. See you around, Julia.
From the first moment you met, it was love at first touch. And all you wanted to do was surround them in comfort and protection. That's why only Pampers Swaddlers is the #1 choice of hospitals. To wrap your baby in blanket-like softness and premium protection. So that all they feel is love. Wishing you love, sleep, and play, Pampers.
To encourage trying, Goodness Knows invited people who've always wanted to create a jingle to try.
Goodness knows. Oh, that's not happening. Goodness knows. Goodness knows.
Because every try is a step to being your best.
Try a little goodness.
I'm Vern, the Orange Money Retirement Rabbit from Voya. I'm the money you save for retirement.
Who's he?
He's green money for spending today.
Easy to tell you apart.
That and I am better looking.
I heard that.
When it's time to get organized for retirement, it's time to get Voya.
Brendan Fitzgerald with a studio update from elsewhere in the NIT first round. Indiana playing at Georgia Tech, and up 17-6 are the Yellow Jackets. Here's Ben Lammers attacking the basket, and he throws it down. Georgia Tech up by 6. Roy, back to you.
Brendan, thank you very much. A 22-7 run here for Oakland. We're tied at 61. And Stephen, tell me what you like about the Golden Grizzlies.
Well, they got back really with the way they got them here. They're shooting it from outside. They're taking it to the rim, getting those 50-50 balls. They just wanted it more, and they're fighting for it. And right now you got the Tigers playing on their heels game, definitely, with Oakland.
Back to live action. Three-pointer miss by Dorsey Walker. Tigers trying to corral it. They cannot. Saved. And a brilliant recovery by Javen Cumberland, who just checked in. That's 21 in black.
And these are all 50-50 balls that the Tigers were getting in the first half. Now Oakland first to everything in the second half.
And you can feel the demeanor and the body language change for both sides.
Absolutely. You've seen that aggressive Oakland play that they're known for. That's a team that's fearless offensively and defensively.
Dorsey Walker off the glass, and the Grizzlies back in front.
I love the patience and the poise by Dorsey Walker on that last possession. Got to where he felt comfortable in the lane, and just using that height and long reach to shoot over the defense.
Well, you got to think they're trying to spot Blossom game here instead of turnover. Now back and forth, we have gone 4 ties, a couple of lead changes. Clemson closed the first half strong. Since then, you could almost say it's been all Oakland.
And you're doing it, Roy, without your all first Horizon League selection of Hayes, who left in the first half. But for Clemson, this game is simple. Get it to Blossom game. Let him use his height on the paint. They're not doing that.
Walker launches. In and out. Jeté the board.
Let's see if they get it to Blossom game. Let him go to work.
Well, Clemson had it on cruise control just about 6 minutes ago. Mitchell bothered on that shot. 19 to shoot, under 6 to play. It'll stay with the Tigers.
You're just not playing smart. That's the best shot blocker in the Horizon League. He averaged 2.2 blocks per game. Get it to your bread and butter. That's Blossom game. Let him at least touch the ball. It's been at least 4 possessions since he's even touched the ball down in the paint. they're just not playing smart basketball, but credit Oakland. They're doing what they want offensively and defensively.
Quick whistle in the paint. It'll go against the Golden Grizzlies. Bill Mays picks up the personal. First lead for Oakland since 11:56 was remaining in the first half at 15-13. This arena virtually silent for this last outburst by Oakland.
Someone that doesn't need to be silent as Blossom's there. He needs to be definitive down in the block.
And there he goes. Well, that was a teardrop and went up so high.
Difficult shot, but that's the guy that has to get some multiple touches in this last 5.5 minutes of the game for Clemson if they want to come out on top.
Daniels. Brock on the offensive glass and a fresh 30.
Roy, who wants it more? And it's been Oakland for the majority of this second half.
Martez Walker, left-handed finish, nicely done.
So Oakland gets it to their scorer, Martez Walker.
Clemson will do the same thing. Blossom game fouled. The pressure of the moment, the close losses mounting up all season long. All 9 of those teams made the NCAA tournament. All 9 of those losses by 6 points or less. How will Clemson respond in survive and advance mode?
And I think they have to do it again. You got to go to your bread and butter. You got to dance with the person that got you there, and that's got to be Blossom game. And they're just playing not smart right here. Those are unforced errors on the part of the Tigers.
10 turnovers now for Clemson.
I mean, Oakland is not doing anything defensively that should surprise Clemson in this game. I mean, just lack of execution down the stretch, really.
Dorsey Walker against DeVoe, a bit of a mismatch. Looking for the foul, and he'll get it. And DeVoe can't believe it. That was pretty good defense.
Yeah, it really was. But one of the points of emphasis this year has been that offensive and defensive cylinder. And you're seeing Dorsey Walker doing a good job of just backing DeVoe in, using that height, and he's got that long reach, which makes him so effective in the paint.
Lone senior on the roster. Now the leading scorer with 20 points.
Dorsey Walker out of Pershing High School in Detroit. A lot of notable alumni. My guy, Spencer Haywood, just got in the Hall of Fame last year. Ralph Sampson, Steve Smith, Kevin Willis, and he's doing them justice today.
1 of 2 at the stripe. A 3-point game. Well, this one's had all the twists and turns that we were expecting coming into tonight. Skip pass, Grantham an open look. And Oakland a chance to seize control here, under 4 to go.
Yeah, I'm not understanding how they're not trying to move Blossom game around to get him the basketball. But him just kind of putting his arm out a la Kevin Durant on the old Thunder is not going to cut it. You got to get some movement, get him the basketball in the painted area where he can use that height advantage.
Big possession here. Walker nearly lost it. 5 on the shot clock. Desperation heave.
Oh, my
With
goodness.
the bounce. Back iron, the ball just died.
Martez Walker has kind of got that offensive game that's a little bit awkward. So he's going to take those shots that don't look comfortable to most, and they're comfortable for him.
An air ball by Reed and a timeout on the floor.
Martez Walker, look, this doesn't look like what I wanted to do, but this is exactly what he wanted. Martez Walker, the guy for Oakland, up 6.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of the NIT is brought to you by Samuel Adams, Pursue Better, and the all-new Alfa Romeo Giulia. Some cars take your breath away, only one gives it back.
It's back. And it's front. No, really. The Triple Double Crunch Wrap Big Box is back. And it's still all mains, no sides with the Doritos Locos Taco, a Crunchy Taco, and a Mountain Dew Baja Blast. Just $5, only at Taco Bell.
Yeah, I just saved a whole lot of money by switching to Geico.
Huh. We should take a closer look at Geico.
You know, Geico insures way more than cars, boats, motorcycles, even RVs.
Geico insures RVs? What's an RV?
The thing we've been stuck on for 5 years.
Wait, I'm not a real moose?
We've been over this, Jeff.
We're stickers.
I'm not a real moose.
Give him some space.
Deep breaths, Jeff.
What's a sticker?
Take a closer look at Geico. Great savings and a whole lot more.
We're at Gertz.
Sorry, I was eating a Milky Way.
Look, you're a grown man now. Don't want to pry.
Dad.
But have you made a decision?
I'm going with the $1,000 in cash back.
My son. A cash man.
Dad, are you crying?
No, just something in my eye.
The Volkswagen 3 and Easy event, where you can choose one of 3 easy ways to get a $1,000 offer. Hurry into your Volkswagen dealer now and you can get $1,000 as an APR bonus, a lease bonus, or cash back.
I have no idea what's in the seaweed wrap. But with this USP seal, I know exactly what's in my Nature Made gummies.
Nature Made has the first gummy certified by USP, a nonprofit organization that sets purity and potency standards.
Everyone loves Taco Bell's iconic Crunch Wrap. And once again, we're taking that love to new heights. The one that got away is back in a big way. The bigger, beefier, Triple Double Crunch Wrap. Only at Taco Bell.
Brendan back in studio. Coming up next, we go out to Utah. It's Boise State taking on Utah in a first-round matchup in the NIT. Chandler Hutchison and the Broncos. Ready to go. Roy, back to you.
Brendan, thank you very much. The plot thickens here in Clemson, South Carolina. If you tuned away when the Tigers built a 20-point lead, my oh my how things have changed. Stephen Howard, Roy Philpott courtside in Oakland now with a 6-point advantage and possession of the basketball after that air ball by Marquise Reed moments ago.
Well, and Clemson right now has instituted a little bit of escort pressure, but the way Oakland got back into this game is the way that they've played in the Horizon League. One of the better teams in the country defensively. Top 25 in effective field goal percentage defense, 3-point percentage defense.
Alley-oop and Brock the finish. 8-point advantage, largest of the night for Oakland.
And credit Coach Campy with the expertly designed timeout play. Just executed to a T.
These last 2 possessions totally out of sync, rushing shots when there's still plenty of time left.
Yeah, you're not going to get this back in bunches. A little under 3 minutes left to go into this basketball game, which is an eternity. Just take your time, play through Blossom game, play your game, and it'll come to you. But Oakland, they're dictating the pace, the tempo, and really getting the shots that they want.
Golden Grizzlies shooting 55% in the second half. And here's where it needs to go if you're a fan of the Tigers. Blossom game. Can't find the basket.
You know, I said this before the game. Oakland is a team that I would not want to play, particularly on the road. You look at what they did this year, 10-2 on road games. That's 7th best in the country.
No look alley-oop to Brock. Easily intercepted.
Yeah, got a no-time situation and score, and a wrong play for Dorsey Walker.
That's a big sequence. Lead is back to 6.
Clemson trying to extend their defense. Coach Campy not liking the way this play was progressing offensively.
And he just pointed to his temple. Greg Campy, head coach of the Grizzlies the last 33 years. Use your head on that last offensive call. No look alley-oop pass when you're leading by 8, really not what you're looking for.
Yeah, I mean, a play that you would institute in the first half, you can't do that down the stretch, 2 minutes with the lead. Time, situation, and score. And you got to realize that in that situation, and that was a possession before, that was out of bounds, thrown it to your leaper. Isaiah Brock, perfectly executed. Right now, Coach Campy is getting his team settled. and just telling them how they want to ride this last 2 minutes of this game out in order to get a huge win on the road. And that's got to be in the hands of Martez Walker offensively, and then funneling Clemson to Isaiah Brock defensively, averaging 2.2 blocks per game.
Martez Walker, 35 in black on your screen, 21 points tonight. Dorsey Walker joining him with 20.
Little 1-3-1 zone by the Tigers, trying to trap and just get Oakland out of that offensive flow they're in.
8 on the shot clock. Open look, triple, well short. Reed the rebound.
Reed's a guy who can push the envelope offensively.
Outstanding defense, the block by Brock.
You got to know that that's what Brock does. He's smiling on the way back. You're just floating right into his hands. He wants you to challenge him, and more times than not, he's going to come out on top.
Inside and stolen by Grantham. It was tipped away. Mitchell will shoot 2. Chance to trim the margin down to 4 as Brock pick up the personal foul. That's his 3rd. 23-year-old veteran of the Army, making his mark felt in the Horizon League this year. Mitchell 79% at the strike.
You know, Roy, if Clemson ends up losing this game, there's about a 5-6 minute span where Blossom game was not getting a steady diet of touches that I think they're going to look back at this game and just think to themselves why, because it's not like Oakland was stopping him. You have Dorsey Walker on him, a guy that's smaller, and really you just got to keep going to him until they stop him.
71-67. Winner of this one gets the winner of Alabama-Richmond. Those two teams licking their chops with a chance perhaps to host in the second round if this winner is Oakland tonight.
Clemson in that 2-possession area that has been a problem for them this year down the stretch. I know Oakland looking to try to milk some time, which I don't know if I agree with, because they're a team that you kind of have to let them just stay aggressive.
Blossom game with a kickball.
And they get a new 20 with the, they should with the experimental NIT rules.
Shot clock will reset to 15. It was under 10. Let's see how Neely will play it. Walker passed up an open look for 3. Time winding down. Dorsey Walker's got to hurry. Blocked by DeVoe. And a shot clock violation. Clemson with life. Just over 40 seconds remaining.
And that's kind of like in football when you start playing prevent. Oakland is a team really that has to go full tilt. They're not a team that can really milk time right here. They looked offensively like they didn't know what to do on that possession. They need to really continue to play aggressive this last 41 seconds.
You want to see a 3 here, or do you still have enough time to attack the rim and see what happens?
No, you attack the rim on a pick and roll, get a quick shot, really get the best shot available. You're not in the must-have 3 range.
Blossom game, step back, back iron. Tap to Reed. Marquise Reed. In and out, and Jete tips it in. They're going to say interference.
And that was a good call. Ball was still in the cylinder.
Shot clock is off, 26 seconds remaining, and Clemson will call a timeout.
You see that play. Reed got a good look. Ball on the rim. Easy call for the officials to make, but now you're in that situation where Clemson is going to have to foul. Try to get that steal first. You don't get it, then go for the foul.
Think about this game. Clemson established its largest lead at 20 points. With 17:36 remaining in this half. Jete clearly bothered the basketball on the rim. Since that 20-point margin was built, it has been all Oakland. They've led by as many as 8, and currently the 4-point advantage.
Roy, what happens sometimes is when you get that early lead, a game gets comfortable and players relax a little bit, and they feel like the game's over. you start executing, you stop executing offensively and defensively. And as I said in the beginning of this game, you don't want a team like Oakland to get confident because they are fearless. They can score in multiple ways, and you've seen this down the stretch.
Remember, too, any foul results in 2 free throws under the NIT experimental rules, and a timeout call on the attempted inbounds pass. Well, a reminder, the first 4 of the NCAA Division I Men's Basketball Championship continues tomorrow over on True TV beginning at 6:30 Eastern. For more information on tournament game times and listings, make sure you visit ncaa.com. Well, this one's had all the drama and feel of a tournament. NIT's not the NCAA, but it's been a lot of fun tonight, my friend.
Well, yeah, and when you're a casual fan and you see an ACC team like Clemson playing Oakland, you're thinking, who? But this is a team that won their conference, and a very good Horizon League conference with a team like Valparaiso that has an NBA player, Alec Peters, on their team. And so, very good team, and to get your team to recognize the quality of your opponent. But more importantly, it's a mid-major team coming into your house that really wants to beat you.
And you know what a win like this would mean for Greg Campy, especially going into next season.
Absolutely.
Virtually everybody back, plus Kendrick Nunn, transfer from Illinois. Shot clock is off. Dribbled up by Walker, and he's got 2 free throws coming up.
And that was a good defensive possession. Only 3 seconds went off the clock. You didn't get the steal, but you got a foul, and now you just got to hope that they miss.
Walker 4 of 6 at the line tonight, 84% this season. We wondered which team would kind of battle and find a way to bounce back after losing in their conference tournament. Clemson trailed Duke by just a point with under 3 minutes to go up in Brooklyn. Obviously lost. Oakland upset by the number 9 seed Youngstown State. Got off to a slow start, but boy, have they bounced back in an enormous way.
They really have, and it's really surprising with the loss of their all-conference player, Jalen Hayes. And to be that resilient and come back, something that you got to credit Oakland.
6-point game.
Now you're in a situation where you need to get some threes.
Avery Holmes, air ball, rebound Dorsey Walker, and Oakland can feel it.
Huge win here, it looks like, for Oakland.
I think you're as stunned as I am after this second half started.
If the first half hadn't played out the way it had, with Clemson getting that huge 20-point lead, I mean, you don't lose a 20-point lead on a mid-major at home, and you're an ACC team. That just doesn't happen. This late in the season, maybe early in the season that might happen, but this late, doesn't happen.
One more free throw coming up for Dorsey Walker. Greg Campy in his 33rd season, the 3rd longest tenured coach in D1 basketball today, imploring his team.
And this is a season-defining win here at the end of the, I mean, on the road, horrible loss, lost your guy. And that's what makes it more amazing to me is the fact that they did this without Jalen Hayes.
Air ball by Reed after the miss by DeVoe. Tap to Blossom game, and what will be his final game in a Clemson uniform.
He just didn't want to let the ball go. I think he sensed it.
And that'll do it. Oakland on the road in the heart of ACC country steals a win in Clemson.
Amazing and great coaching job by Coach Campy. He kept his team engaged until the second half, until that top defensive team in the country really showed its face and did a great job of really dictating the pace, the tempo, and putting their imprint on this game with a huge win for the Horizon League champion on the road in ACC country.
Walker with 23, Dorsey Walker with 21. Greg Campy will see his team survive to the second round of the NIT, awaiting the winner of Bama and Richmond, in a game that is already underway over on ESPN. Our final score, 74-69 Oakland. Its 25th win of the season, and the Golden Grizzlies on the road get the job done. The comeback is complete. We send you now back to the studio in Charlotte with Brendan and Dino. Guys.
Roy, thank you very much, and we'll talk to you in just a moment with the victorious Oakland Grizzlies. About 10 minutes from now, first-round NIT action out west. Utah hosting Boise State in a 3-6 matchup. Kyle Kuzma does it all for the Utes. 15 double-doubles, ranks among the top 25 in NCAA players. First four action in the NCAA tournament. We are officially down to 67. New Orleans goes down. Mount St. Mary's out of the Northeast Conference gets the win by a point. So Mount St. Mary's moves on. They'll take on Villanova. Kansas State and Wake Forest in action right now.
Mount St. Mary's 30 points from behind the three-point line was a big difference in that one. And the pace right now, Kansas State, Wake Forest, is sort of Kansas State's pace. Wake Forest really wants to get up and down and score the ball. They haven't been able to do that just yet.
All right, fighting to become the 11 seed there in a Big 12 ACC matchup with Dino Gaudio. I'm Brendan Fitzgerald. We'll get you back out to Clemson for post-game thoughts in a moment. But first, your thoughts on what we just saw.
I saw a great second half by Oakland, and they really scored the ball. Brendan, Brad Brownell's team at Clemson, he is a defensive coach. That's how he's made his mark. Wherever he's been, UNC Wilmington, at Clemson, they defend. But the young guys that he has in the program, Shelton Mitchell, Reed, Elijah Thomas, 3 transfers, they just haven't bought in yet to the defensive side of the ball. Now, Oakland in the second half, as we're seeing, they shot